My name is Claire Stanton.
Hi, my name is Claire Stanton.
I am 22 years old.
I am 23 years old.
Today is Wednesday, January 8th, 2020.
Today is Friday, January 8th, 2021. And this is my interview 1 year later.
Right now, the most important thing to me is myself. But I mean this in the best way, because it's like, when I say that, I'm just like, I want to be aware of things. Compared to last year, saying like myself and wanting to be aware of things, I think I did a pretty okay job of that. I definitely could be more involved, more aware of the news, even though the news is, I've always associated the news with being negative, so try to stay away from that. So I get a lot of my news from social media. I've been better at looking up the news on actual websites, working on myself, being more positive. Oof, we're not ready for the year that's about to come. This is really weird, talking to myself a year ago. I look very different setup. A year can change so many things. What's most important to me right now? I want to say my health, because we're in a pandemic. Surprise! We're in a pandemic. We have something called the coronavirus. We have something called the coronavirus that's going around. It's important to make health a priority. Technically, my career, is a student, but I am. Why did I talk like that? I was like, I don't know, for some reason I had like an accent. I got accepted to do a semester in LA, so I'm going there soon, and I got an internship out there, which I'm super excited about, and then kind of nervous for the future, but you know what? Just take it day by day. Okay, yeah, so last year, I was still a student. I graduated college, yay. Graduated in a pandemic. A career as a student. So this internship, I don't think I got any feedback because once COVID hit, we shut down. So considering my career now, freelance filmmaker, I have 2 part-time jobs right now. I'm an assistant editor for one, and I work in food because you have to survive. So that's what I'm doing right now. This editing job is pretty cool. It's probably the biggest thing to happen in my career so far. Am I more confident now than I was then last year? I would say it's about the same. I was confident enough to get this haircut. It just took 4 years because I wanted this haircut when I graduated high school. Social interactions, I feel like have gotten harder because I've been stuck in this room, and just networking in general kind of freaks me out. Even though it's just conversations, you're just meeting people, but a lot of it can be overwhelming for me. There's levels to it, This year, I would say finding more confidence in myself and being more assertive and not being ashamed of liking what I like. I would see that as being successful. Finding the right people. I would say finding a more concrete path. A more concrete path. Are you kidding me? You all know what happened. Everything, I graduated in a pandemic and it made things very, very hard. Maybe finding a full-time job would be pretty cool. Successful. Still being able to live in LA. I think that would be a pretty big success. I've managed to do that this year, last year. Whoa. I managed to stay in LA since I moved out here. I partially want to keep my expectations low considering everything that happened last year, but I know I do have a sheet of resolutions and goals for myself. Ultimately, I think getting more on-set experience, that would be pretty great too. The biggest thing right now is this whole Iran thing. There's that and the Australia fires, and woo, the world is blowing up. The world is still blowing up because the biggest thing in the news right now, Trump supporters stormed the Capitol building on the 6th. It was crazy. And comparing that to the Black Lives Matter protests last summer, we really see the difference in white supremacy, white privilege, have that all come through, because all the people who stormed the Capitol building, who broke in, police let them in. There's footage, and it's just so infuriating. A positive thing right now, I've seen posts about people saving wildlife in Australia, so shout out to them. Georgia not flipped the Senate, but Democrats won the Senate because John Ossoff and I'm gonna look up his name, Reverend Raphael Warnock, that's the name. It's the first black person nominated to be in the Senate or elected into the Senate, and that's pretty big considering that was one of the southern states, so it's a big thing. In order to answer this question, I would have to know what the trends are. I know TikTok's kind of big. Yes, I've gotten TikTok. It's been my serotonin this past year. It's like when all the people kind of did this thing, it's like, no, goodbye. And now we have all of these. Okay, what trend are you over right now? This trend, it came from TikTok. I don't know where it came from. I do not like it. It's the cat one where like you place the phone at a weird angle over here and it makes you look, I don't know, you can like see your eye and your tongue on a weird depth or whatever, and it just, there's a cat sound to it, and it's no, I don't like it. No. Am I in a relationship? Nope. Sometimes. Do I wish I was in a relationship? Sometimes, though lately have been trying to focus more on just like being myself, being alone, because hoping a relationship will happen out of nowhere is, I don't know, it's just not good for me. Because I just kind of hope for something that won't happen. If it does happen, it'll be a pleasant surprise, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Lowest point of last year. Probably when we got the email from our school saying that we had to leave our dorms. That was hard. Coming out here for school felt like my step into the industry. Having that being taken away and you have 5 days to leave or find other plans, that was a lot. Yeah, because our classes moved online, my internship got canceled. The lowest point definitely was getting that email. Also when they cancel our graduation. I want to say better relay information and communicate with people. I would just say biggest takeaway is just to be patient with the post-production process. My favorite movie is Short Term 12. My favorite movie is Short Term 12. My top 5 movies for 2019 are Booksmart, Jojo Rabbit, The Farewell, Late Night, and Knives Out. My top 5 favorite movies from this past year, in no particular order: I Lost My Body, the half of it. That's the most me I've ever seen on screen, so that was pretty fun to watch. Abominable, okay, so it's not technically a movie, but Hamilton came out on Disney Plus, and I like musical theater, so that was really cool. Soul is also a really good movie, and it's made me question my existence a little bit, but it's such a good movie because it's this high concept idea of just being alive and noticing things, how that can be really important, rather than thinking you're destined to be this thing, or once you hit this goal in life, like that's it. It's just being able to just be present, and I think that's a really cool message, especially for kids. My favorite TV show right now is Atypical on Netflix. Atypical is a good show, but I did watch a new TV show. It's called The Wilds. I'm obsessed with it. My favorite color is maroon. My favorite color is still maroon. I do feel pressure, mostly financially, but also like as a person, to be aware of what's going on and being able to like have a conversation with someone who sees something a totally different way than I do. This was, wow. Last year was an election year, and there was a lot of debates going around, and a lot of people's true colors really started to show. I had to cut some friendships because it was pretty toxic for my mental health. It was a whole thing. Do I still feel pressure? Of course, yeah. It just comes from a lot of different places at different times. Do I feel pressure right now? A little bit from work, a little bit about the environment. What advice would I give to myself at the beginning of 2020? My biggest advice to myself 1 year ago would be to reach out to friends, but also check in with your friends. It's good to have your sense of support when you have to be at home all the time. Where do I want to be a few years from now? It's kind of weird because in my head I just said that I wanted to be alive in a few years, and that's kind of crazy. I feel like that explains a little bit about who I am. In a few years I hope to have more on-set experience. I hope to still be in LA, though I want to travel once pandemic is more under control. Hopefully the vaccine is here somewhere. I hope to have expanded my network. I think I would want to work with Ava DuVernay. I still really want to work with Ava DuVernay. I also want to work with Destin Daniel Cretton, Alice Wu. Aquafina would be fun too. Maybe Olivia Wilde. I also, because of the Wilds, for some reason, one of the writers, executive producers, creator, her name is Sarah Stryker. She followed me on Instagram. I'm not exactly sure why, but I feel really honored that she does. I DM'd her, and so maybe one day it'd be cool to meet her, talk with her. It would be really cool to work with her. I also want to add Sam Levinson because Euphoria is so beautiful. Seeing him at work, I think that would be really, really inspiring. I would say Ben Platt and Oh Wonder. My favorite artist at the moment is Clinton Kane and Lizzie McAlpine. I think I found them both on TikTok. I don't know, just doing something in a museum and with dance. I think that would be really cool. This creative endeavor is still on my list of things that I want to create. Adding on to that, I want to write and direct a feature film. Another specific thing that I've wanted to create for a while, it's inspired by Kiki's Delivery Service. If you've seen that movie, there's a scene, there's a painter and she lives in the woods and she does this beautiful painting, and I want to do something inspired by that. My acne, yes, this same thing. It's the same thing. My acne, it's so bad. One of these days, I'm gonna find a skincare routine that works, and I hopefully will be feeling much, much better with clean skin. Definitely Instagram. I think Instagram is definitely one of them. I also use TikTok way too much. I've set the timer on it where you can set how long you can be on the app, and it'll give you, or a lock screen, and you have to type in a passcode in order to get back into the app, and I always type it in and then continue on, but it's just reminding me that I've been on TikTok for an hour and a half because being at home all the time, need something to fill that space with, and that is what TikTok is for. Spotify is another app that I use because I just have music playing all the time. One of my biggest struggles this year was identity. It's fun to say now. I'm a little bit more comfortable in who I am as a person. Something I've struggled with this past year, imposter syndrome. Watching all of these great people make amazing art, seeing all that and comparison is a killer. Some things I'm proud of from last year that I've done. I've managed to stay in LA. I've gotten a total of 3 jobs last year. So I was working 3 part-time jobs at one point. Now I have 2, which is it's all good. From me now to me last year, I would say keep creating, spend time, reaching out to friends, FaceTiming people, doing things on your own, in your own way is completely okay, and you definitely should do it. And everything will be okay. Keep journaling and continue to reach out to your friends. It's okay to take a moment for yourself. I know sometimes when I'm in line for something and there's a bunch of people behind me, it's okay to take a moment, after you've paid, to make sure everything is good. Or if you're at the grocery store, make sure you have everything in your bags. Just checking your inventory and all of your belongings. Just taking that time to make sure everything is good to go. Okay, self in the future. I hope you have a job. You better have a job. If you're not exactly where you want to be, that's okay. Keep pushing forward, find your friends, find your network. Oh, you better have made your EP by now. Okay, so I haven't gotten to this EP. We kind of left that boat. It's on my list of things to do. I just need to sit down and write and just do it because I do have some things. Future self, you also better be doing well and being smart with money. At least I hope that we're doing well with money. Oh my gosh, loans. Yeah, loans are gonna happen. Though, because of the pandemic, they have been pushed back a little bit, so that's nice. It's a little pushback. Just a little. What do I want to say to myself a year from now? I hope you at least put out one more song. I expect you to be a good person. I hope that you are taking care of yourself and your health and being able to be more assertive and taking the time to do things. I just really hope you're doing well and that you're still able to provide for yourself and be able to be independent. I hope that your acne is gone, and if it's not, that's okay. Makeup is a thing, and you look beautiful. You are beautiful, and I hope you've maintained your morals and all of your principles that you kind of live by, and that you're able to do what you want creatively. Keep going. Just do more things. Just do it. Don't think about it, just do it. Try to get up earlier in the morning. I hope that you've been able to cross off more things on your list and that you keep moving forward. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.